Announced the kickoff of Exercise Steadfast Defender 2024, which commences next week and runs through May. Steadfast Defender 24 will be the largest NATO exercise in decades, with participation from approximately 90,000 forces from all 31 allies, plus our good partner, Sweden. The alliance will demonstrate its ability to reinforce the Euro-Atlantic area via transatlantic movement of forces from North America. This reinforcement will occur during a simulated emerging conflict scenario against a near-peer adversary. Steadfast Defender 24 will be a clear demonstration of our unity, our strength, and our determination to protect each other, to protect, of course, our values and the rules-based international order.
All right, people. This is to all Americans and Canadians. Just heard that our military is going to be deploying to Israel next week. And at the same time, our government is going to do a drill. It's called Operation Standfast. It's going to last all the way through May. I never heard of a drill lasting that long. But I tell you, what it's called, actually it's called, is Operation Takeover. They have declared war on us, people. They just haven't announced it. And we already been in civil war. A quiet civil war, because the media hasn't said anything about it. That's why we have open borders. And I tell you, this operation, this drill they're going to be doing, what it is the United Nations. They have been building the United Nations Army for 3 years, ever since Biden got in office. They have been secretly bringing these illegals through the borders by plane and by buses, and taking them to some of these military bases here in the United States, in Canada, and train them. A couple of weeks ago, I heard there's about $6 billion of military equipment that's missing. How can you displace that much military equipment? I call it BS. It's for the United Nations. And people have spotted United Nations trucks on semis here in the United States. And a few years ago, I have spotted military trucks, vehicles on semi-trailers. I was coming back from Pigeon Forge. I told my wife at the time, look at that, what are United Nations being here for? So now I know. People, it's time to take up arms. Get your guns ready. Because they're deploying our military so they can't fight over here. Protect our country. The military personnel needs to tell the so-called Biden administration that's in charge, so-called in charge, saying they're not going. They're staying here. That's what needs to happen. People, it's getting real. We're at war now. You just don't hear it. They're not going to announce it. Better wake up. Because they're coming to your doors. And you better be ready. If you're not, I feel sorry for you. I tell you, I'd rather die on my feet instead of die on my damn knees. I am not going to give in to this administration. I am not. But none of them. You better get your guns out. Get them ready. Get them clean. Get them sighted in. It's coming. It's coming this year. United Nations is here, people. They're here. and they're ready. So, you gotta get ready. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay frosty and stay dangerous. Because that's the only way to survive. Peace.
Okay, guys, today's February 2nd. You guys just seen the first two videos put together that I seen, or that I put together for you. So now I want to, before I get into this, I'm going to try my best to not make this long and break this up in a couple videos. There's a lot of people on here, and I don't even have very many followers because I lost my other channel, that are trolls. And I'm just going to tell you, sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words do not hurt me. I'm sorry. God's on my side. If you think I'm false, delete me. Unsub for me. Don't comment, because you're getting blocked, and so is your comment. I'm just saying. I ain't got time for it. I'm 37 years old. I'm sorry. I'm doing what God told me to do. And if that disturbs your spirit, then it seems like you need to take the plank out of your own eye and analyze your walk with God. Because you pinpointing and judging other people to make yourself feel good just to feel known is pointless. Okay? I'm not going to judge you. I'll pray for you though. Because the more that you keep coming at me, the more prophecy that you're fulfilling. So thank you. Anyways, everybody is under heavy spiritual attack. And a lot of people have even been saying, and I'm really fed up with this, that women cannot preach. I'm sorry to say this, but absolutely wrong. I am a watchman on the wall. I'm a follower of Yeshua Muhammad Mashiach. I am a daughter of the Most High, and I'm used greatly by my Heavenly Father. And a lot of this world right now, men are lazy. They are not leading their households. It has been the women that have been stepping in, doing a man's job that they were ordained to do. So absolutely, if the men aren't going to do it, God is going to use women to get his message out. All the women out there, how true is that? They can vouch for me and back me up, because I'm telling you right now, the time is short. It doesn't matter who is preaching the message. What matters is the message is getting out there. Okay, so the 31st, I have to tell you this. I posted it on my Facebook and then I deleted it because I knew instantaneously what it was. With these wars and Russia, with our borders, with Texas and stuff, all this information that I'm going to give, okay, pertains to these Psalm 83, Isaiah 17, partly beginning of the Ezekiel 38, the Isaiah 17, Revelation, 18, the beginning signs of all these wars for those who say that I'm not putting scripture out there. Every single video, I'm sorry, that I present does not have to have biblical evidential proof to back it up, because my other videos back it up for me. The Bible backs it up for itself. And with the way that the world is going, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you will have discernment, okay? You'll understand the times that we are in and where it is fitting in biblical prophecy, because you are watching and waiting. Okay, having said that, so I had a dream that I was going to keep to myself. And I know a lot of people are tired of dreams too, or dreams aren't coming to pass. Mine actually have. And I didn't think that God was going to keep giving me something like this. And at first I thought this was attack, but it's not. Okay, so I want to read you guys this, okay? And this was the 31st, mind you. So, and this felt so real. So real. So, I don't know if this dream is a warning to the United States, okay, but after, praying and seeking for a few days on it, it absolutely is, especially with just that happened over, Syria, or that U.S. launches airstrikes in Iraq and Syria in retaliation for deadly drone attack. President says, if you harm an American, we will respond as a U.S. forces strike in what is expected to be first of multiple attacks, and they are going to attack anywhere that they see fit of their choosing. Okay, and it's official that the U.S. strikes Iran, Syria, and Yemen. Okay, and that is in the next 48 hours as well. World War III. Now, I'm going to read you this dream. And I'm probably going to have to make another video because I have a hard time uploading long videos. All right, so I was on a cruise ship and it was dark outside. And I was up at the top of the ship, like the higher level. A gentleman was eating because I was in the dining area as well. And I remember I didn't type this because my hands were tired and I just woke up. And I don't know why I didn't type it, but I was trying to record with my phone these events where I was at, okay, just in this dining area. And he bellows out, I need some adventure, some real raw fun. So the waitress suggested going swimming in this small tank. It's like a 10-second swim thing. He said, nah, I need something more. There was a roller coaster, a big brown one, that went in a loop. It went straight down like this, right behind him. Okay. And it went whoop, just like that. And it went by with people on it, and it blew this guy's hair around. He was smiling ear to ear, chuckling, saying, now that's my kind of fun. And I thought, how can this all fit on the ship? Okay. And so I went to the area that the lady told this gentleman to go for a swim. And it was a small tank, and it was to relax your mind and distress you. And so the water was blue. I'm talking about navy blue, and it was a perfect rectangle. Like, actually, it was a square, but it was tall, and it was like really, really tall. Okay. And there was 2 other people in this pool area. So I joined in. I put some flour thing in my mouth. Okay, I took a flower, how you would. Okay, how, off the Addams Family, where's a Morticia, darling, mi amor. Okay, he's got that flower thing hanging out. That's exactly what I was doing while swimming. I had a flower in my mouth. Okay, and the stem was out of the side. I don't know what kind it was, but I dove straight down and then straight to the bottom. And I remember this. I felt it. I felt my body curve like this, perfect curve, just like that, and went straight to the bottom, to the end of the pool area. And I was holding my breath. I remember in my dream, I was physically holding my breath. And in real life, I was holding my breath, which I know people call that sleep paralysis or sleep apnea. I don't have that, but I get these when I have intense dreams. Okay. And so it switched scenes, but it was in the same dream, to being off of the ship into a large meadow area. And it was nightfall, and the sun just went down, and I saw a field, and it wasn't even corn. Okay. And it was like really tall bamboo stalks or something with leaves. Okay. That looked like 10-foot stalks. I had a green softball. It was neon green, bright, bright, bright neon green. I wanted to hit it across the yard, but I said, there's no room. So out of nowhere, I hear a man's voice say, walk around, you will see more acreage. So I did. So I ran fast across the yard being free, and I hit the ball south of the property, and it kind of looked like where we lived mixed with my old house that we grew up in Battleground. Okay, but it wasn't at the same sense. So I saw it landed in piles of mines, like landmines. Okay, and I felt the ground start to shake, and it rumbled, almost like it was getting ready. You know how it does an effect? It first starts off at one end, and it just waves through. It's exactly what it did, and the ground started shaking. And I saw shadows come out of the field. And I started getting scared, but I noticed a huge road in the path of this, right in the middle, mind you, and my husband, okay, was walking in with all these animals came running towards me, and it switches scenes to all of a sudden I get out of this pool area and I see all these people running and screaming and doors being kicked in. So on this ship was apartment buildings that every single one of them had gray doors, and they were all thin and looked like prison doors. I hear gunshots, and so I go into my room. I closed the door, and there was 2 other people in the room I was at, and I heard them talking and saying, "It's the Palestinians. Lock the doors, bar them, stay away from the windows." In that moment, I knew they came from the field, and it was my husband that had something to do with it. I ignored the request, and I looked out the huge window. Funny thing, though, this ship was actually its own community, and it was not in the water, and it was on land. Little did I realize that till this occurred. Anyway, so I'm watching all this happen, the killings, the doors being knocked down, women screaming and being raped. And I saw one lady in particular look dead in my face. That's when the door got knocked down, and we tried barring it up, and we put a mattress in front of it. But little did we realize that the back part of this apartment was completely open. Okay, wide open. And the 2 other people in the room escaped and left me in there by myself. I wasn't scared until this lady came in and said, "What are you doing?" And I was looking under my bed at all the stockpile of food I had, and I was hoping she wouldn't find it. I said, "Nothing. I need to use the restroom." She said, "Okay, go then." I said, "I can't use it when you're in here." The bathroom wall was wide open, okay? Like anybody could walk in the apartment and see me going to the bathroom. And in my dream, that part, I physically felt my body try to push urine out, okay? And actually, when I woke up, I actually had to pee, which was weird. I'm glad I didn't pee the bed, because that would have been super horrible. Anyways, know what she did, okay? She took a door and sealed the whole room shut and said, "Now remember, when I shut this, you're trapped. No going back." And I had to pee so bad, but I couldn't go. And because I was frightened. And I mean, it was a Palestinian, and I couldn't go. And I said, "Man, I should have tried to escape." So I looked around to see if I could escape through that same door we barred. And I saw her pacing on concrete sidewalk back and forth, because there was big glass window and I could see everything. Okay. And I said I could run for it, but I'd get caught. All right. So I get done, and she's in the room now and says, "Come here." I said, "No." She got up and pressed her body up against the back of mine while we was staring straight into the mirror. I said, "I won't do anything with you. Nothing can make me." She lays back on the bed, and I said, "I'm not into women anyways." And she goes, "I have both parts. I'm a transgender, and I'm horny. And I want you." I said, "Go find someone else." She said, "I've been searching all around this place, and all I found is you. You're my prize. Let me do you in the rectum." And I was screaming no. She grabbed me and started raping me. And in reality, this whole time, this Palestinian was a man. It wasn't even a woman. Okay? And that is when I woke up at this point. All right. And the dream was so scary. Okay? But today, okay, praying about everything and this dream, okay, the Palestinians, Iranians, all of them, this war that's going on right now, with our borders being open, this is what I feel is a warning to the United States that mass chaos and civil unrest is going to happen, and women and children are going to get brutally hurt and slaughtered. I believe persecution is coming to America. And this isn't just the theories or conspiracies, because I'm not backing them up. These are events that will happen. That is a guaranteed it's going to happen in America. We are not exempt from what is happening, what is going to happen. That is why our borders are open, to intentionally allow Russia, Nato, okay, to team up to quote unquote help Texas, when in reality what they're doing is going to be able to bomb the United States. Bombs go down. What, guys? We go up. Hundreds of people have had those dreams. I myself included. Okay. And me, in this dream, people, your loved ones are going to turn on you. Okay. And the stockpile and stuff, I was hoping nobody would see it, because I stocked up. I knew this was coming. Okay. And, so people are so comfortable living in the world that they can't pay attention to the things that are surrounding them. Okay. And only a few remnant are going to escape all these things that are coming. Okay. And those that are get left behind are the ones that are going to endure. And just because I had this dream does not mean that because of me that I am getting left behind. This is simply a message to what is going to happen to America. And I truly believe that, do you remember when ISIS came here and we had all that? I believe this is going to occur again. And this is where martial law and all that's going to happen. And all this is from martial law. And a ship, we know, obviously this ship's not going to sink right now, but it's going to get destroyed. Okay. And America gets bombed. America gets destroyed, but it doesn't get completely annihilated. It's still going to stand. It's just going to be divided. Okay. Just like the people. Now, going to back from the China thing. Okay. And the dream. So, the FBI director warns that Chinese hackers are preparing to wreak havoc on the U.S. critical infrastructure, okay? They warned that Chinese hackers are preparing to wreak havoc and cause real world harm to the United States. China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real world harm to American citizens and communities if or when China decides the time has come to strike. Okay? And that came from the Chinese Communist Party. And I 100% believe that they are going to team up with Russia and NATO against us. And I believe all this is going to begin right after the Super Bowl. Because in my dream, there was a field and there was a baseball. And the field I seen was small and it grew bigger. Okay, and though that's representing the crowds and the stocks, and there's an opening, and from what's coming is the demons are going to come in. And did you guys look at the pricing of the Super Bowl? It's $8,000 for the cheapest seat. Whew. That's expensive. Okay, and $40,000 for seats? It ain't worth it. But anyways, so then just a little bit ago, I was playing my piano. And I stopped to take a break because my fingers were cramping. And I heard, okay, exactly at 5:41, I heard plain as day my name. And it say, you know the drill. You know what to expect. It's happening. That's exactly what I heard. Okay. And it was loud. It was audible. It was directed to me because it was my name. And I was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? And so like it, you know, a tornado warning, it's a touchdown. Okay. And I know what's going to happen, and I'm going on the defensive side. And there's a time to plan, and there's a time to prepare, and there's a time to put everything into action. And I feel that the action time is now. And I agree with that. And so it's hard to sit there and give another warning out when I was for sure that the warnings are over. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, no matter how far-fetched that dream was, it is a warning to the United States. Something bad is going to happen, and it's going to happen immediately at the Super Bowl or after. I'm telling you, I feel it, I know it, and I 100% believe that we would have boots on the ground on American soil by March. And what's even crazier is Russia wants to supply weapons to Texas to fight Biden. Okay, and that is when Texas will be with Russia and China, and Texas will be fighting alongside Russia to fight the United States. And this is where my dreams come to pass. On my old channel, Crazy About Jesus, y'all, if you guys have been following me for years, you guys will remember like the 5 dreams that I had, Russia, NATO, China, okay, where I talk about this exact thing, that it is going to be an inside job. It's going to be our people that bomb us, our people that turn against us. And that's what my husband represents. He's turning against. He's the one that released what's going to happen. Okay. And so anyways, Russia, NATO, and China, I dreamt many times. okay, that America is going to be unrecognizable here really, really soon. So, all right. All right. So, all right. Then it says this. All right. Today's the 2nd, right? All right, so a repost. We are on the edge of the Civil War. 25 states have sided with Texas. In order to confront Biden's forces, it's about to go down, y'all. The Biden administration is charged with treason, going the same path of the 1861 Civil War. 25 states are sending their National Guard forces to support Texas. Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. They are invoking the Constitution that states have the right to protect themselves. Active military are seeking to join the resisting states. And actually, I wanted to speak about that. I am a substitute teacher at the school. Today, of all days, my jaw almost hit the freaking floor. I was supposed to be stuck in a whole room today for all 7 periods plus advisory. But instead, I was an aide, which means that I went through different rooms during the day at certain times. So I ended up having to be in world history. So the lights were down, and the teacher was... Ironically, they were learning about the Constitution of the United States. Okay, well, what they did is it's called bell work. It is work that they have to get done in preps for their lesson for the day. Okay, and it takes like 10 minutes to do it. Well, during this time, okay, he turns on CNN 10 News. Very first thing they start talking about is Mark Zuckerberg, about Facebook, Meta, Instagram, TikTok, or no, not TikTok, Instagram, and starts with the D. I don't remember the other name, but Mark was up there in a whole a room of people trying to get sued. Like, he was physically going to get sued for the exploitation of nudity on these apps that 15 and 13-year-olds have received, and it's caused mass depression. Okay. And I'm telling you, I'm watching all this on the news, and I'm just like, okay, you're going to see my point in a minute. And so they tried suing them, but little did they know, with the Act of Civil Rights, that they have a thing called self-resolution. Look it up. They are pretty much their own boss, their own party. And because they have a guideline before you sign up for, like, before you type your name and all that, they say, do you agree to these terms? That's what protects them. So technically, they can say what they want, but that agreement protects them. There is nothing you can do to sue these companies for any reason. Okay, that was my first thing, like, wow, that's funny, because I just published my 2nd children's book as of yesterday, and it's called Beautiful Stallion, by the way, by Marianne Hall. Very, very beautiful, hand-drawn, handwritten, and I've been working on another book about social media, and this is called An Adult Life Trapped in a Teenage World. That's the name of the book that I'm working on. And so I was just like, what? I wanted to record it, but I couldn't. Immediately after, it switches over, okay, and it talks about there's a new planet. Okay, this is on the news, that they discovered, which is like Nimrod. Okay, they said this planet is Planet X, planet unknown. It's just planet, and it has other little planets following behind, and it's new into our binary system, which is why we have the bariatric pressure messing up, why people are getting sick, why we're having headaches, while everything's off, the weather's wonky, everything, okay? And like I've described several times, it deals with the weather, the El Nino, La Nino, and the magnetic field is weak and things like that, okay? It's because of the system. But the system is bringing in fallen angels, demons to come upon the earth. Okay, and that was another thing that was on the news. Was about the guy that discovered UFOs, and he was found dead on his couch in, I want to say, 1981. I think I just read this. I cannot remember his name. When I get it, I want to get the link and post the article in my description box. But he was killed by trying to get information warning the world of what's coming. And it's these fallen angels and these demons and what they're going to do. Okay? And like I said, the AI technology taking over everything that is happening with this war is to crash the economy, to have us fight amongst ourselves, okay? And to bring in a new world system. This is the only way to do it. Order out of chaos. Without chaos, there's no order. They can't order something when everybody already knows that what's planned. But people don't have enough discernment to understand what is happening. So, pray over this as always, and I will see you there or in the air. God bless.